It's another Sunday night for the boys. Another episode of the Sports Clash coming to you Monday, October 9th. Chris, how you doing, bud?
Bit better.
Been better.
A bit better.
The
Doing
sport,
okay though.
the sports weekend has not treated you fairly, I'd say.
No, it hasn't. No, I'm very upset. I'm very upset. Orioles down 0-2 in the division series. Not cool, bro. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
that's not cool. It's really
Is
not.
what it is. We arrived a year early. That's what I have to keep telling myself. We arrived a year early. We don't have the pitching. I knew we didn't have the pitching. But to be the number one seed and to be down
You should have had
0-2.
game one. That game one, man. I mean,
Nah,
Gray Rod getting hit a little bit today, not shocking, but upsetting. But game one, man, Bradish looked good. He just had one bad inning, but otherwise he was good.
yeah.
I don't know how much more detail you want to go in yet, or you want to dive into the
No,
football.
all good. We're gonna focus on some football here, but all I have to say is there is something to be said, I think, for playoff experience. Aaron Hicks was the only guy in the lineup with playoff experience. He's producing RBI after RBI in clutch moments for us. I know you're laughing about it. It's funny, but like these kids are young and Bradish was great, but Bradish is a 2 or 3 on any team. Grayson, fine, but the bullpen's not who they are. Like Brian Baker's not a difference maker. Like fuck you, Jack Flaherty. There's a lot of things that just aren't clicking right now, especially when you spend 7 days off as well. Like they pump up the wild card now, and the higher seeds now are losing momentum. So
I
you
think
know,
that's going
it's
to be a big debate right now because you saw the higher seeds lose,
yeah, and
and
you saw all the wild cards three game series be sweeps anyway.
yeah,
That's the opposite side of the coin there. So there's arguments to be had on either side. Like, but at the end of the day, do you really need that third wild card in there just losing and making your better teams kind of go flat? So we lost a lot of momentum. Ryan O'Hearn is not hitting like September Ryan O'Hearn. October is not that far off, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm sad. I'm pissed. I'm upset. I texted you. I said I'm not used to playoff baseball. I'm not used to playoffs at all. This is
that's
why I
tough.
like shitty teams. Yeah, fucking
That's why I
stressful. So
like shit. You
yeah, I
text
went
me.
pumpkin picking instead of watching the game today. So yeah, but anyhow,
That's okay.
yeah.
Niners, baby. We were on opposite ends of the spectrum on this game, and
Yeah, yeah, dude. I was so Cowboys heavy. I'm not having a good day. How's your day been, man?
oh, it's been good. I got to watch a Jets win with my father. I was saying last week, like how I could never watch the Jets win with my dad, mostly because the Jets just rarely win. But was out on Long Island, saw Chris Stapleton at UBS Arena. What a show, guys! Unbelievable. Had a blast there. But Sunday, hung around with the fam. I was pumped for this Jets game, Jets Broncos, and you want to start there? I mean, it's a game that
Sure.
it's a game
The
that
first question though, was your dad in the same room as you when they won, or was he in another room saying, "Hey, did they win?"
so we went to Miller's Ale House on
Oh,
Long
he couldn't
Island.
leave. Okay, good.
So so it was good, and went there with my my mom and dad, Jamie, and my sister and Dante, and we all got dinner. 4:30 game, so it was kind of like that. Like, let's sit down and
Early Sunday
deal
family dinner.
deal with Rich just screaming at the Jets. So that's what
This
happened,
fucking guy.
and we did a lot of yelling. And at the start, it was just frustration after frustration. But
That's
bottom
fun.
line, Jets 31, Broncos 21. I told you to take Jets money line. Told everybody to take Jets money line today, and it paid nicely.
The
Jets.
Hackett Bowl. Yeah, good.
I mean, look, a lot of people were on Jets money line. I think DraftKings sent out a message. It was like 71% was on Jets money line because it was plus money, and they were 2.5 point underdogs going to Denver, and Denver hasn't shown you anything all year. They suck. Russell Wilson sucks. Sean Payton sucks. The city of Denver, your team sucks. And the
Cool
Jets
city though.
really, the
Good
Jets,
city.
a beautiful city, I'm sure. I've never been there, but Jets came in and really like they played like shit, to be honest. Like
Hmm.
they made some mistakes, but they did enough because they have more talent than that team.
It was a
And
total talent takeover.
it was that's what it was. And I mean the finisher was Breece Hall. I mean the guy is a beast. You signed Alvin Cook this year. You didn't need to sign Alvin Cook. Breece Hall comes back from the ACL injury that ruined his rookie
You
year.
got
That was
too
so
Hollywood.
promising.
That's what it was. You got too Hollywood. That's why you ended up with Dalvin
Yeah,
Cook.
yeah. They were feeling good. Aaron Rodgers here. Just just add another piece. Let's go.
Yeah, he just
Dalvin Cook.
farted out 13 million for Dalvin Cook or whatever it was, 8 million.
Yeah, it was a good amount of money, but it is a 1 year. And he'll probably be gone after this year. But Brees Hall, 177 yards, 177 yards and a touchdown, 22 carries. The guy's a difference maker, and the Broncos couldn't do anything to stop him. Jets put up 31 points, which is something the Jets don't do often. Even so, the Jets had struggles in the red zone. They had to settle for field goals a lot. They had a muffed punt, fair catch turned over. They had, I think, another fumble lost. Lost the ball a couple times. It was that pick. There was one pick that was not on Zach. Zach, I'll get to that. Zach played
But
well. Zach played a solid game. His
he just
look
did it at the
is
wrong time, man.
yeah. It
Was it
was
two
a
minutes in the fourth?
yeah. But it was weird. It was a really nice play by I think that was Sertan. Yeah. Sertan
Yeah.
had the pick, and it was a really nice play on Garrett Wilson. Could have called a holding on it. I've seen holding calls be called that right in that lane. We saw it last week against the Jets. Don't get me started on the refs again. I'm not going to get into it, but the Jets don't get any calls.
That's everybody's favorite team.
No,
Go ahead. Speak of the refs. That's what everybody
nobody's
wants to hear about.
yeah, everybody loves the refs. Nobody's roughed the Jets passer in the last 30 years, my entire lifetime. I don't think I've ever seen the flag thrown on a
No, the only one
quarterback
that's
in my
done it
life.
is Joe Namath.
Yeah, I think I think that's been it. But this was in the end, it was a Jets win, and they got to play better. But you're 2 and
Got the
3,
dub.
you got the dub. That was the most important thing, and I won money on it, and that's even better.
Oh well, there you go. That's freaking pumped. Definitely, you had a double whammy: the heart and the head. Well done, and the
Hmm.
wallet.
The
The,
happy
the,
happy is
sitting
double
two
happy.
inches higher on your new stack of
Hmm.
Benjamins. Well, you must be super pumped that Russell Wilson literally handed you the game. He literally gave you the game.
Yeah, he said, "Here you go."
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna roll it to you. All right, see if you can get it.
Hmm.
That was
It
incredible.
was
But
great. We needed we
dude,
needed
big
it.
Russell Wilson is a big time D bag. Totally. I clicked on a video on ESPN that said Sean Payton chews out Russell Wilson for last minute sack. He couldn't get two words in with him. Russell
No,
Wilson was
just
just, yeah,
he
go
put his
after
head
yourself,
down and
man.
went, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, but yeah, Sean Payton looking bad for the comments he made preseason. Good on the Jets. This is what they need to do is just literally stack a win. Just put one foot in front of the other. It's like a
Mhm.
it's like a bad breakup. That's it. Just go day by day, man. And that's the most cliche thing ever. But they get this win, which is who you expected to beat anyway, and win the games you expected to win, and you'll make the playoffs. I mean, there was a path there with Aaron Rodgers. Wilson played good again. He's not Aaron Rodgers, but he played
Mhm.
okay.
He
Just
played fine.
it's
He
bad
didn't get
timing on that pick. That's it.
yeah. But that pick was I'm not putting that on him. That was weird.
It was a
It was
good
a weird
play.
play. There was
It was a
yeah,
great play.
good play by
I thought it was. I
Sertan. He could
actually
have called a
smiled to
holding.
myself. I was like, this guy's gonna get interception in his stat line, and he didn't really deserve it. So, but
No, he
yeah,
didn't.
big win for the Jets, man.
They needed it. They play Philly next week. It's gonna be tough.
You're
But
gonna get fucking destroyed.
probably, but now if you lose, you're 2 and 4 going into the bye, and then you have the Giants after the bye, who look really bad. So
Ooh, dude, they're
it's
poo poo.
yeah, and the schedule gets lighter. I mean, Jets have had a tough schedule they were loaded up with Aaron Rodgers there. The NFL was like, here you go. Let's play some big
Yeah,
teams, prime time.
yeah.
Didn't work out
Instead,
that
I've
way.
seen the Giants 4 times in prime, or I'm about to see them for a fourth time in prime time. Can
And
you
then
believe that?
they play Thursday, right?
That's what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
even.
Like
Oh,
that's about to be the fourth time. It's
oh,
insane.
Jesus. I mean, we don't need that.
Just
We don't need
too much Giants. Like,
Yeah,
what was? Ugh.
it's too much. It's bad.
I
But
started an out Saquon in my lineup in fantasy today. Too much jack o' lanterns. Too many
yeah,
pumpkin guts.
I was well. I mean, look, let's get
Taking an
into it
L in that league.
because this was one of our picks. It was your pick,
Yep.
Giants plus 13 and a half. It was close. They did. I mean, plus
Was it
13 and a
15?
half. It was 15. It was Dolphins 31, Giants 16. Fifth ended up being a 15-point win for the Dolphins. You could have went any little thing could have been different, and that covers. Really not a bad pick. I honestly really 13 and a half. I really wanted to take that, but
Right.
Saquon was not being in the game was kind of a deciding factor there, and
Yeah, I missed that.
he's. I mean, it's one of those things. He's there. It shouldn't. Running backs typically shouldn't sway the spread too much. They don't. When typically in Vegas they don't really have that much pull here and there. But when Saquon is the number one offensive threat on that team,
He was like 70% of the offense last year.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So
it is what it is.
without him, they're in trouble, and you're facing probably the best offense in football, or at least the hottest offense in football.
Right.
I'm not gonna crown them right here, but they had I think 300 yards
So
of
did
total
you
offense
take
in the first
Dolphins
half.
minus 13 and a half? Is that what I'm
No,
gonna?
no, no,
Oh,
no,
okay. All right.
no.
Okay.
I if I was gonna pick this
I would
game,
have
it
been
would have
concerned
been
about you.
no. It would if I was gonna pick this game, it would have been Giants plus 13 and a half, and it would have lost. But I did not. I stayed away. There were a lot of
Right.
games that I just kind of stayed away from, and I was glad I did. Um, but
I
this
saw
game,
this one as a must win. Miami got humbled a bit and give me a potential 3 score, uh, spread in the NFL. I'm gonna look at it and
yes,
I'm gonna look at it pretty hard. So with Saquon, I think they cover 13 and a half. It's 2 field goals and a
I
touchdown
think
right
they
there.
do.
That's a 3 drive swing, which in the NFL you get pretty equal drives usually. There's not many times maybe if you're playing the Titans or the Eagles right now, that there's really lopsided time of possession anymore. So, at the same time, yeah, I think it's something stupid like 75% of NFL games that have a double digit spread, the underdog covers that. So I'm a big proponent of big spreads in must win games. You know, go for it. Why the fuck not?
I
With
agree.
Saquon,
I agree.
they would have had it, but I don't know if they would have had it. Your boy A Chain looks fucking
It's sound
great.
judgment. Devon Achane, I mean, another big game, 151 yards, a touchdown on just 11 carries. Like he's not even getting fed a ton. They don't really need to. I think Mostert even had a touchdown in this game too. Like they're still using the two of them. You Jeff Wilson Jr. coming back next week. I don't even know what they're going to do with him because right now Achan and Mostert, that's a tandem. That's a really good tandem. Tyreek Hill. Uh, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but I think the Giants put a rookie corner on Hill on Tyreek Hill one play and he just burned.
Yeah.
181 yards and a touchdown. He catches like the Dolphins offense is good. I'm not saying I think that offense is good enough to put them in the Super Bowl contender talk for sure. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they're a favorite
Oh yeah.
thing,
Definitely.
but you look at power rankings or whatever you want to call it.
I think
They
the
were
only knock on the Dolphins, aside from secondary, in on the defense, is when's Tua going to get hurt?
yeah,
That's it. I really think like you don't want to
yeah,
put $1 billion on the Dolphins one game because Tua could be concussed 2 minutes into the game, any
right,
game. He just has been a rag doll for a couple years in the NFL. So I don't
right.
know. That's why I stay away from the Dolphins and why I'm not too sold on that 70-point performance just yet. But speed kills. Speed kills, man.
He's
They're crushing it.
the Dolphins are the fastest team in the league easily. speed kills.
You get those AWS stats on them all the time popping up like, oh yeah, there's a literal PETA on the field. I hate Tyreek Hill. I hate those guys in fantasy. That's what I really hate. Like fucking DJ Moore.
My God, I mean, there's some crazy fantasy stats this week.
Yeah,
Some
some
big time
big ones.
performances. Like there's people who had DJ Moore on Thursday that are gonna lose because there were a lot of guys. They were facing, the a tandem of other guys who just crushed it. Jim Chase being one of them, and I think that's actually a
You're
pretty good
so happy
transition
about that.
into another pick. Both of us picked this game. Both of us won it.
Yeah,
Bengals
the
minus
Cincinnati buttholes.
Bengals -3. It was one of those this looks too good to be true kind of thing,
Hmm.
and it was. Well, it wasn't too good to be true. It was true. I mean, 34-20. Cardinals made it a game, and it was actually closer. It was close throughout the game. Bengals kind of pulled aside, but Burrow played well enough to get Jamar Chase the ball, and that was that was the difference. That's all they had to do. Nobody on the Cardinals could cover him, and it was a dominant performance. 15 catches, 192 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Joe Burrow had a big day, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's what they've been waiting
It's
to do.
Yeah, it's funny. I do. I've looked at the Cardinals. They've drafted the most incredible secondary players in the past 5 years, but they got completely burned today. So yeah, no, it was. I mean, like you said, too good to be true. To me, it was just like when you're talking about real estate, you find the smallest house on the best block or whatever. This was the best team that isn't winning right now, and eyes light up. You see a field goal spread for a team that was in the Super Bowl last year. I mean, my gosh, they were underperforming. So yeah, maybe we should just start listening to Jamar Chase and just like maybe he should just snap it
I'm
to himself
open.
and
I'm
run.
always fucking open.
I'm always open. Like
and,
it's
and
like,
I mean, he proved it tonight. They
yeah,
targeted
dude.
the shit out of him.
He
19
he backed it up
targets.
better than a Keyshawn Marsh, like Keyshawn Johnson or a Marvin Harrison or a Michael Irvin or anybody ever has, in my opinion. He really backed it up.
To come out and say that and then next game do what he did, that's impressive. That's you're looking for those, top tier diva wide receivers, these guys who are incredible, and it's a certain breed. It's a
Yeah,
certain
just can't
breed,
live
and they
without them.
you no,
You
it's
hate them, but
yeah,
you,
but
they're a necessary evil. Yeah,
they're special, and Chase is special. So,
that's a
and
Tyreek
this
Hill too. It's the same. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you got
it's
to be
these
a
guys, and
lunatic to be good.
no, you really, you really do. I always think Garrett Wilson might be a little too nice. He's gonna start
Is he
pushing
really good? I don't
Wilson.
know. He's not crazy enough.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
might not be crazy.
Puka Nakua? I don't know. He's just
No,
not crazy enough.
yeah, might not be crazy. But Bengals now 2-3. They're hanging in there. If Burrow can keep playing like that, who
They'll be
knows?
fine. They're
Yeah,
still a playoff team. They'll
yeah.
be fine. You know that
Remember,
too.
and I think yes, they do. And I think
Yeah.
the Cardinals, kind of that shocker against the Cowboys, has has scared some people away from betting against the Cardinals, and
Hmm.
maybe rightfully so. But they're 1-4
Definitely
now.
changed some line.
They've changed some lines, and it was Cincinnati on the road playing poorly against an Arizona team that's played much better than expectations. So I understood it, but it was one of those you have to take this
Right.
minus Bengals -3. They had to take it, and worked out beautifully.
Funny, I didn't even know your picks coming into this.
Oh, you didn't? You
I didn't
didn't?
even
Oh,
ask
yeah.
you. I didn't
Well,
even ask you
well,
about
I
them.
mean, God forbid, I posted on our socials. You could be checking our
I was
social.
pumpkin picking. Leave me alone.
I know, 'tis the season. Understood. No worries. Well, our last pick, we picked two of the same games. We both picked Bengals -3, and then we also both picked this game. However, Sam Darnold is now in for the Niners as we speak.
It's
Uh,
going well
just playing out
for
a win
them.
because it is 42-10 Niners with really at the start of the fourth quarter, 13 minutes
Brock,
in the fourth quarter.
three-quarter birdie. That's it.
I mean, the guy's just like, that's it. And this was the Cow. I mean, this was a prime time matchup. Everybody was pumped for it. 3-1 Cowboys, 4-0 Niners, and people on the Cowboys, and I, in my head, I was like, I think the Niners are the better
In
team.
your head.
In your
All right.
head. And
Well, yeah.
McCaffrey's the best player probably on the field right now. Um, and he had a pretty good game, but then all of a sudden,
You could say he's
George
the best
Kittle,
player on the planet, man. He 100% is.
he
He can
is.
receive, he could throw, and he can catch. He's incredible.
Yeah, he does. He does absolutely everything.
And he
Brock
never
Purdy,
gets.
Mister Irrelevant, is a fucking good quarterback. Like,
Yeah,
and again, system or not, it doesn't matter. If you can go ahead and perform like this in the NFL, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the credit you deserve, and he's getting it. I think he's starting to
yeah.
really get it.
And I freaking love the Purdy's too. Every time they show them, I'm like, hell yeah, the Purdy's are going out at this, like at the Applebee's for Dollaritas after this or whatever. Dude, they're just from, middle America, just crushing it. And they're just having a blast. Their kid was not expected to do anything, gets drafted. I mean, it was incredible. He's the president for the 49ers, destroying the end. It's 42-10 right now. Insane.
It's a blowout. It's a blowout.
So I had the Cowboys because I thought, and I still always think, no team goes undefeated. What game on the 49ers schedule were they going to lose? And I thought it was this one. So that's on me for thinking about the situation more than the teams. Kyle Shanahan's an incredible coach. I knew Dan Quinn and him coached together he was his offensive coordinator in Atlanta. Thought they might have a little bit of an advantage on defense there, but I think there's just a glaring hole and maybe some like air out of the balloon without Trayvon Diggs on this defense because they got knocked off the blocks in the first couple drives by the 49ers, and then they just kept coming. 49ers are fucking incredible, but I literally bet this one because not every team or not every season, only once have we seen a team go undefeated. So that's my fault. Dak came out the same excited primetime Dak sailing ball to people on the first couple drives. Michael Gallup's trying to jump like the high jump or whatever. It's just I hate the fucking Cowboys and I bet the Cowboys and I'm an idiot. So yeah.
Look, I'm with you on the thought process. The Niners are gonna lose a game, and you look at the schedule. I mean, this is a game that they'll lose. You look at the rest of their schedule. There's really one other game that you look and say
Ooh,
they're gonna lose this game. They play the Eagles December 3rd in
I don't even
Philly,
think so. Okay. All
and
right.
and Philly,
Yeah.
and Philly.
Yeah, they're either gonna lose or they're gonna get like rioted out of the
Yeah,
city. So
you got Browns in Cleveland. That's a win. Vikings in Minnesota. The Vikings are completely falling apart.
dumpster
That's a win.
fire.
At home against the Bengals could be a tough one, but they probably win that one. At Jacksonville, it's not in London, so Niners will probably win.
In London.
At home against the
Hip.
Bucks, win. On the road against the Seahawks, win. On the road against Philly, I think
On the road
that's it.
against the Seahawks is kind of tough. I mean, those teams build to beat each other.
They're not. They're not good.
Seahawks, they're not the Legion of Boom. They just had 47 sacks against the one team or whatever. But
They do
anyhow,
play the Seahawks two games in 3 weeks.
well, yeah,
So
they're
the Seahawks
divisional
could, yeah,
opponents.
no, but 2 games in 3 weeks is like right there, back to back. So
Yeah.
Seahawks could certainly take one, and the Eagles game is in the middle of that. So I think they could go on.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
you didn't say that. Is there a
yeah.
Monday, Sunday, Thursday situation in that as well? If you have it pulled up,
Um,
I don't know if you have it pulled up.
I have the dates, but I don't know off the top of my head
Oh,
which
okay, you don't have to
all of them.
cross-reference the calendar.
I
It's
gotta
okay.
look at the calendar. November
No, it's not
twenty
that big of a deal,
third,
but I'm going to pay attention when it comes to
Thursday.
betting. That's for sure.
November 23rd, Thanksgiving Day, Seahawks. That's the night that's the Thanksgiving night game in
Hell
Seattle.
yeah. Okay.
So
I'm a fan of
that's
that.
yeah, that'll be a fun night game. Usually the
I love
night
my
game on
shorebirds.
Thanksgiving I don't always pay a ton of attention to. I enjoyed last year because
Well,
the Patriots lost. That was fun.
I'm usually passed
But
out at like 8:30 on
I mean
Thanksgiving if I'm
that's
lucky.
yeah, that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
usually night time. The first game is always, pumped up. It's Thanksgiving. Let's go.
Yeah.
Second game, you're kind of eating dinner, but still enjoying. It's on TV. And then the night game, people are
And you'll be
leaving.
fat for the
You're
second
winding
half.
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
exactly. Yep.
tough. But that'll be an interesting game. It could be a tight one. And then it's Sunday in Philly, December 3rd, and then another Sunday game.
Oh, I was hoping for a Thursday
Against
in
the Niners.
Seattle.
So
Thursday
it's yeah,
against Seattle or something
yeah.
like that. But you
So
got the
no short week there. The
yeah, you
Thursday
actually have an
game
extended week.
extended going into Philly, so
Oh,
that could
by the
benefit.
NFL.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Got me. I
you
thought I had a
close
hack
out.
there.
Yeah, close out Cardinals. Probably another win, but then Ravens will challenge them. But that's in San
Will
Francisco.
they?
Ravens will challenge them. Look, look.
They lost
I'm
to the
still.
Steelers.
I know, but that's a division game in Pittsburgh. That's why I stayed away from that game. I wanted to take the Ravens -4.5
Yeah,
so
but
bad.
Lamar shies away from the moment like that. On the road, on the road in a must-win game for the opposing team. Lamar, I don't know. He just has duds every once in a while, and it annoys the hell out of me.
He does, but also, I mean, he's more talented than most
Me?
at that position, right? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that goes without saying. But
Wow.
you look at most quarterback. I mean, I think it's
My
fair to
first
say he's
overall
top
pick.
five. Yeah, sure. Yeah, in
Yeah.
your own head, that's
In
for
my
sure.
in my, in my head.
The Ravens, I mean, the Ravens pissed that game away. Steelers
They
17,
did.
Ravens 10. I don't know if we didn't pick this game, but um it was one of those where I every fiber of my being was like, Ravens are gonna win this, Ravens are gonna
Right.
win this.
Yep.
And then it was just shit. This is in Pittsburgh, division game, and that's exactly what happened. And the under was the play because it was a 17-10 final score. But Pittsburgh won, and I mean,
They
can't
needed that.
they needed
They
it, and
needed
but
that.
they're all of a sudden the Steelers are at 3-2. That's because Mike Tomlin is just a great head coach. Maybe people
I'm
want to
gonna go
say,
ahead and say he's a dude.
"Oh, Mike Tomlin, big time dude,
He's a
big
big
time dude."
dude.
I
He
mean, there's
walks
no
into a
debating
room and
that.
he's more of a dude than half the room, regardless of who you put in the room. So
There's no
upper
debate
echelon
on
dude.
that. That's
Yeah.
not even a topic of discussion.
There were
He's
a lot of
100%.
drop balls by the Ravens, but Tomlin comes out, says fucking changes are going to be made. You listen when Mike Tomlin speaks like that. When Mike Tomlin gets serious, Mike Tomlin is serious, and they listened. Matt Canada held on to his job for a hot second, even though they didn't score any freaking
Offense
points.
looks terrible.
But
Looks so bad.
yeah, the defense really stepped up for him, and the Ravens helped him out a little bit. Steelers needed it. Mike Tomlin looks awesome yet again because he's a dude. Continue to be a dude all the time. And I hate the Harbaughs anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the hard loss as much as you do,
They
but
suck.
when
They're
it
a
comes
bag
to
of
when
poop.
it comes to the AFC North, the Bengals now all of a sudden they're right back in it, sitting at 2-3. But Steelers are 3-2, Ravens are 3-2, Browns are 2-2. It's anyone's
Go
division.
Brown.
I will still say that the Ravens will win this division. I
Go
I just think they're the most talented team in the division, and I think it's pretty clear. And I think Lamar. People want to shit on him. I think he's in a little bit of a rut right now, but I think he gets it going, and they'll turn it around, and they'll turn it on, and at some point they'll turn it on and get hot.
He's not in that much of a rut. I mean, his legs are making up. He's my fantasy quarterback in one league, and he's had some great weeks for me. And this was the only week that I've noticed considerably poor performance. But I know that he does that. It's like
It
every fourth
happens.
week.
It
It
happens, and
happens.
I think he's struggled against the Steelers in his career. They
He's
know that.
throwing for like 180 yards, and that's when everybody's like, "Oh, he sucks." But then he's throwing in 75 yards and 2 touchdowns, and you're like, "Okay, this guy is, he's controlling a game at the same time." So he might not look great in the pass game. I think he's got the ugliest throwing motion of any NFL quarterback, but he's been okay fantasy wise for the beginning portions. Just not
He's
this week.
always fine fantasy wise
Yeah.
for the most part, and obviously not this one, but he's
Ah,
he'll be fine in general. Ravens will be fine. I still say they win the division, but good for the Steelers. Najee Harris, uh, is a problem. They 37 yards on 14 carries, 2.6 yards a carry.
Dude, I don't
He
know what
looks awful.
happened. He was terrible.
He
He's a
didn't look
Bama
as
running
slow.
back.
He didn't look
He's
as slow
terrible.
at Bama. He just looks bad. Jalen Warren, 40 yards on 9 carries. Give that guy more. I got him on my fantasy team. Give him more. I'm starting him.
Well, no,
Please,
the
man.
fantasy experts do sometimes know something a little bit more. Like I hate analytics in the NFL. It's one of the things I'm not a giant fan of. You need to be able to feel momentum. I think that's what separates a Vrabel and Belichick. But at the end of the day, like I don't know. I just feel like you got to be able to feel some momentum, and you got to be able to go and listen to the analytics every once in a while. And Jalen Warren was, I think, a pretty hot fantasy pick this year. Same with A Chain or A Shane or whatever the fuck his name is.
A Chan.
Uh, A Chan, whatever. Yeah, but sometimes the analytics went out. Give Warren some carries. Najee looks terrible. Najee looks bad. I'm a big Najee guy. I was a big Najee guy, but
He
no
looks bad.
mas,
He looks bad.
no mas.
But Steelers get the big win. That was a division game that was stay away.
Right.
Went through the games again. Not going through every game this week. I think we need to diversify a little bit. We got some sports coming. I mean, we're in the middle of baseball playoffs. Basketball and hockey season are starting up. We love football, and we will continue to do our picks and lead most of our shows with football. But we got to get into some other sports, and I think our segments are the best way to do that. And we have a segment that we introduced last week called Guy or Dude. Just, I think, a phenomenal discussion. It's a nice debate topic. We will each week, or whenever we do it, we're gonna have 3 candidates, and we're gonna debate: are they just a guy, or are they that dude?
I'm just a regular, everyday, normal guy. Nothing special about me,
How do you do, dude?
He's a dude.
To move like that.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
This week, I got 3 guys. Chris, first guy, Pablo Lopez.
Oh, dude, really? That's a dude.
I
That's 100% a dude. Like
right,
that's a
go.
lay-in, slam
Is
dunk
it?
dude.
Is
That's a
it?
dude-arino, a dude perfect. That's a dude.
Is he
Yeah.
that dude? Really? Like, can he be that guy, that dude, or is he just like
He
a Kyle
has been.
Bradish, like a number 2,
No,
number
don't
3?
give him
Like,
Kyle Bradish.
really?
No,
Because I
absolutely
could
not. And
debate
don't even
that.
get me
Like,
saying Bradish. It's Bradish. But anywho,
Bradish.
Pablo Lopez is a dude. He's an absolute dude. He's an absolute stud. He doesn't throw or overpower you. The dude works the game. He knows how to pitch. Dude, I mean, coming over from the Marlins, like, I don't know why that was the one you chose to get rid of out of the pitchers that you had. But the Twins, I think, walked into a dude. I mean, what say you?
No disrespect to Pablo Lopez. The guy threw
Wow.
7 scoreless innings, 7 Ks in a win against the Astros in Houston. Phenomenal.
In the playoff.
Phenomenal. Very impressive. He's capable of that, but he's still a guy. He is
He's a
not
capable
that
dude, but still a guy.
He's a capable. Okay. He has dude abilities,
What
but he
more
doesn't.
hold on, read that box score again. What more does he have to do?
Well, again,
They won the game.
Dude performance. It happens, but this is what this is about. Like, can they go out? Do you trust Pablo Lopez to go out and toss you 7 scoreless? Do you expect him? You expect him to do that every time?
I've had
No.
Pablo Lopez on my dynasty team, and my dynasty team sucked. But I've had him on my dynasty team for a bunch of years now. At least the past 3 years, Pablo Lopez has been one of the most dominant pitchers in Major League Baseball for at least the past 3 seasons. Dude, he is Oh, dude, I don't even know why he's on this segment. I really don't. I think this is a ridiculous debate because this dude is an anchor. This is a number one,
He's not a
and
number one.
oh, dude, I mean, yeah,
No.
give me a 1.5 then at least. He's a number two behind Alcantara. He's a number two behind, a big overpowering pitcher like a Garrett Cole. Yes, but put him on a little market, Minnesota Twins team who's ready to make a run. This is numero uno right here. You're looking at your Kahona. This dude for the
He's
Twins.
to me, he's a steady Eddie. Goes out,
He's a top 10
and
pitcher in Major League Baseball.
a top 10.
15.
I think maybe he's in the top 20 as a starter.
Admit
This is
that
his.
at least.
This is
That's
his
a number
first. Yeah,
one.
but I said maybe. This is his first year that he was an All-Star. He's never had a sub-3 ERA in any
Because
season.
he's been on the Marlins, who you get one All-Star out of respect usually around the league, and it's been Alcantara. And now he's on the Twins, and what does he go out and do? He gets an All-Star nod.
Yeah, it was good. 11-8, 3.66 ERA. I mean, those are guy numbers. Like this, that's a guy
I
who
mean,
puts up
he is Pablo
solid
Lopez is the
numbers.
Pablo Sanchez of pitching. Like he goes out there and he scraps. He doesn't overpower you. He
he's a
scraps.
dude to you. He's a Chris Carey dude. He's
Totally.
not.
That's why he's on my dynasty team. It's in the basement. I just get all my dudes.
Big time disagree on that one.
Wow, I
I
can't
figured we
believe
would.
it. I can't believe coming from a guy who's not watching playoff baseball meaningfully.
I'm
So
watching. I'm not. Well, yeah. I mean, you might be joining me very soon.
yeah, I know, dude. I'm walking on thin ice.
But I'm very happy to watch Pablo Lopez beat the Astros, and that was fun.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
rooting hard for the Twins here in that series.
there's like 70% of America that wants the Astros to lose all the time.
Yeah, well, rightfully so. I mean,
They're fucking evil.
they orchestrated the most, diabolical cheating scandal
So did the
since
Yanks.
it was nothing close to that. That's not comparable what they did. Don't even fucking start with me.
Is there another person in the room? I don't know, and I just heard, but yeah, anyway,
Pablo Lopez is a guy. Next man,
he's a dude.
Sam Laporta, rookie tight end for the Lions. 2 touchdowns today. Only 3 catches. He's getting solid work every game. He's become a very consistent part of that, a very good offense, a very good, dangerous Lions offense. I think Sam Laporta might be a dude. And there's not a lot of tight end dudes in the league.
Yeah.
There are, there's Kelsey. You got, say Dallas Goedert finally had a good game this week, but he's obviously not. Kittle had a great night tonight. He's, debatable up there. There's plenty of other guys, but I think Sam Laporta looks like a dude at the tight end position. That people are struggling to stop him, keep him out of the end zone, and that's a dangerous weapon for Detroit. What do you think?
Dude, I'm telling you, and I'm in 100% agreement that tight ends will take over the league, and it's going to be a wave. And Laporta is, again, just riding the wave, tip of the iceberg, but an incredible athlete, a tremendous human being who can just impose his will over other human beings or catch a ball over the top of you or outrun you. And that's what the tight end position is becoming. And I mean, another Iowa tight end, man. Laporta might be Spanish for Laporta. I don't know, but he's incredible, dude. He's so good. He's tremendous talent, and he came out with hype that he was better than better than Kittle and better than some of those other Iowa tight ends. And he is, because he's not a real blocker. He was not a huge blocker in Iowa. He's an effective blocker, but he's a pass catcher, and he's gonna fit in a Lions offense that wants to go down the field. They used Hawkinson well. I was surprised when they traded him, but they backfilled the position to give you HR speak as best they could, and if not better. I think he's a dude 100%. But you got to be in a tight end offense in the NFL. You have to be in a situation
Yes.
where they're going to use you. You can't be in a situation where they're never going to look at the freaking tight end. Luckily, he's got Dan Campbell, who chugs Red Bulls and loves tight ends.
Former great
Great
tight end
dude.
himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Goes cow tipping. He's a great guy. But anywho,
Agreed there. Right now,
loves the tight ends.
I mean, you got to be feeling good if you're the Lions. You drafted this kid after trading away Hawkinson to a division rival. That division rival just signed Hawkinson to a $66 million
And
contract,
it's doing terribly.
and he's not really doing much, and the Vikings are not winning games. So the Lions are sitting pretty right now. Sam Laporta, he's a dude. My final candidate for this week's guy or dude, DJ Moore. 8 catches, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Bears traded the Bryce Young pick for him, but they got maybe the Caleb Williams pick in return because the Panthers may be that number 1 overall pick. If not the Bears, the Bears are going to have their very high pick and the Panthers very high pick. They may have 1 and 2, but
that's great GMing.
It's great GMing, and you're sitting there with DJ Moore, who some people were saying, a first rounder for DJ Moore. Is he a number 1? Is he a true number 1? Is he really that dude? I think he's. What do you think? Because I'm like kind of on the fence here.
Oh, you're waffling?
I might waffle.
You're waffle housing on the guy, or dude?
Yeah.
No way, dude. He's a guy. He's a total guy. He is a filler of a position. He's fast and he's great, but Justin Fields drops deep balls like, fucking Lil Wayne drops rhymes. I don't know. Whatever it is. But DJ Moore is not that talented. When it comes down to a conversation of number 1 receivers, are you putting DJ Moore in it? Is DJ Moore even? I put Calvin Ridley above a DJ Moore. Like, he does not make the needle move for me. Incredible Thursday performance, but I think that was great play calling. Eberflus, give him a little plug, just tiny little poke, and Fields dropping things in buckets deep downfield. So I don't know. What do you think? Guy or dude? Did I change your mind either way?
You didn't really sway me too much either way. I think I'm leaning guy because I think he's got the speed.
Sure.
But
So does Robert Woods.
I'd much rather him as a number 2.
So does Brandon Cooks.
I mean, look, your typical number 1 wide receiver, you look at the, 6'4", 6'5" hands guys, like they can jump over the top, catch anything. They have the speed even at that height.
Or they can outrun anybody, like a Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is the comparison here.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is for me like an anomaly. He's like you look at him, he's more of a in your mind, he's like a slot receiver, but he just catches every single ball and has the talent as a number 1. He's weird. I don't know if you can compare him to anybody.
I think you're in love with Cooper Kupp.
Great man, great receiver, incredible.
Anywho, back to DJ Moore.
Like Tyreek Hill is a number 1 because of his game-breaking speed. Nobody can touch him there. DJ Moore has close to that speed, but he doesn't have the game-breaking Hill speed. He doesn't have the hands of your Cooper Kupp. He doesn't have the height of a Chase, a number 1 guy. Like he's a guy. I think we agree there.
That's it. You circled the bowl and you made it. He's a guy.
Yeah. Sorry, DJ. He's capable of games like that, especially if Fields is going to play like that. But that was guy or dude. And now on to our classic segment, our number 1 OG segment. Good, bad, and the shitty. Good, the bad, and the shitty. We each nominate someone who ranks as a good, a big time bad, and then he's a shitty. Chris, you want to start us off? Who's your good?
Yeah, I was gonna go with Justin Fields, but I talked about him a little bit, and he also destroyed my Commanders, so I don't want to give him too much pub. I'm gonna go with Alvin Kamara though, coming back off a suspension, incredible plug and play into the Saints offense, great fantasy addition to one of my teams. He had 14 targets his first game back, no touchdowns, but then 80 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown here today. So Alvin Kamara, I think, is a difference maker. If you had the foresight, like me, to put him on your fantasy team, I think you were very, very smart. But I did not really think he was that good of a player when I reached for him or stashed him, whatever you want to call it in drafts. But he's coming back and he's an incredible flex for me. So Alvin Kamara, that's not good.
He's a dude, if you ask me. And the Saints needed him, and they crushed the Patriots today. Beautiful, just a beautiful. I think that's the worst loss in Bill Belichick's.
It was the 0, right? Well, they
yeah.
lost Judon, they lost their other corner.
Good,
Like, come on.
good. Hope they lose them all. They had a healthy Tom Brady for 20 fucking years. Now
That's true.
they're overdue
true.
for their injuries. I don't want to hear it. Love it. Alvin Kamara, that's a great.
Who's
good.
your good? I'm very curious here.
My good, another running back. I'm giving props.
No.
I'm giving props to my guy Breece Hall.
Let's go.
He is a good. He is a great. He is back. This was
It might be phenomenal.
Robertson. Like maybe is that the official tier?
I mean, upper echelon. I'm just moving all the way up. A double albatross. I have no idea.
We might have to discuss that, but
We'll talk to the producers.
We'll talk about this. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Talk through that. But led the league this week with 177 rushing yards, has 72-yard touchdown run.
Let's go Jets!
Robert Saleh came out before this weekend and was like, no pitch count on Breece Hall. He's 100%. Let's go. That's it. And he showed it. 177 yards. He's
slingshot engaged.
When he's, I mean, I've seen this guy now play, half of last year. What was it? 5 games this year. And now you can see that breakaway speed. He's had some runs that if at in week 1 against the Bills, and then another game, maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, where he didn't quite have that breakaway speed. He got caught running, but now he had it. He outran a couple of defenders, and he was gone. And this is just, he's a dude for show. Dalvin Cook, they paid him big money, but Dalvin's not looking good, and especially comparably, just Dalvin's not a good. Breece Hall is a great. Chris?
Well, don't get me wrong, but didn't Breece Hall? Yeah, he did. Yeah, Breece Hall was Brock Purdy's running back in college, Iowa State. Breece Hall is a dude. Brock Purdy's a dude. Iowa State churning out dudes. Iowa churning out dudes. I might have to put the state of Iowa as a good for me at some point, because we just mentioned Laporta, Kittle had 3 touchdowns. We've got Purdy. We've got, it's incredible. But yeah, no, Breece Hall, I mean, dude runs with purpose. Like, he runs with a fucking purpose. He hits the hole and he's through the line. You can see when there's like a line, like a run play, like an I formation run play, and the line hits the line and it's there. It's just, that dude glips through and he's gone. And it's really fun to watch. It reminds me a little bit of McCaffrey, but that's more of like the zone blocking scheme. I don't know if that's what the Jets use. No idea, but it was fun to watch. 177 yards rushing in the NFL now. Yeah, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't really happen.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you and your dad get to watch the game in the same room. So
yeah. And Breece Hall was the highlight. That was the big touchdown.
Beat the beats, man.
They had the defensive scoop and score, but like, just to watch an offense, watch a running back do that is exciting. Very exciting.
Yep.
I'll keep us going. My bad. Framber Valdez, Houston Astros, supposed to be.
Okay.
I mean, before they got Verlander, he was technically their ace. He went 17-6 with 2.82 ERA last year. They went. Those are ace numbers. That's a number 1 starter.
Yes.
Numbers.
Yes. Yeah. That's a dude.
This year went 13-12 with a 3.45. Those are Pablo Lopez numbers. Those are those are
Oh,
Johnny numbers.
oh,
You're getting getting down a tier here. And game two against the Twins at home, they had a chance to maybe really like put away the Twins, go up 2-0 to 2 home games, and Valdez got knocked around 5 runs in 4 2/3 innings. The Twins' offense is weird. The Twins' offense right now is at its best, the best they can possibly be with a healthy Correa, with Royce Lewis playing well. You
how
got
did neither of
Kyle
us have Royce
Farmer.
Lewis as our good? Seriously,
I know that. I think that's unfair to Royce. That he should really be the good. He's crushing it, but I mean,
or phenomenal.
he really. But to be fair, he got it done really in the wild card round. So far,
Sure.
I don't know off the top of my head what he's done, but I know Farmer and Correa were the big hitters for the Twins today, and Framber Valdez, Astros. It's bad. Going to Minnesota 1-1.
Yeah.
Minnesota should if you take game 3, you're up. Finish it off in Minnesota. Don't go back to Houston game 5. This is just me praying for Minnesota to pull off the upset. But
Yeah, let's go little colas. Yeah,
Framers are bad. I love
yeah.
it. Who's your
Tiny
bad?
sodas. I am going with the Commanders' defensive line. I'm really mad at them.
The
I've
defensive
been
line
the
over the
entire
secondary?
defensive line over the secondary because the secondary has not been good for years. And we've invested a lot of draft capital and a lot of money in the defensive line. We're so pumped to see Chase Young get in this year finally after doing all the things that Arakpo did and getting injured, bicep, back, all the things, But we've got Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young in there, who are all incredible pass rushers. And Deron Payne. I completely forgot about Deron Payne. We
Great
got
line.
Young, Sweat, Payne, and they're getting paid a lot of money, and they're not getting pressure on the quarterback. We got, torn to shreds by Josh Dobbs in the first half against Arizona. We got destroyed by Josh Allen, and embarrassed by Justin Fields in primetime. And there's a lot riding on that defensive line and them being healthy. There's a lot of money there, and what the fuck, Riverboat Ron? Who the hell are you, man? You're not
Don't call
doing
him that
too well.
anymore. He lost it.
You're not
He
doing
lost the
too well.
name.
You're not. Yeah, exactly. You're not blitzing. You're not gambling. And he's just the beard for Jack Del Rio. And Jack Del Rio is not a good defensive coach. The league has passed him by. He might have been great a while ago, but
Long time ago.
he's done. So my bad is the Commanders' defensive line, because if you get pressure on Justin Fields, you get sacked literally every other freaking play.
Yeah.
You don't lose that game 40-20.
Your bad.
Let's get
Commanders
shitty.
line. Let's get shitty.
Yeah.
Who's your shitty? Keep it rolling.
No, fucking Jack Flaherty. I'm staying with homers. I hate you, Jack Flaherty. And a tap on the front office of the Orioles for going out and waiting and not getting a Jordan Montgomery, who I believe on this show I said we should go after. But Jack Flaherty, you are not Justin Verlander. 3 walks again today, living in the bullpen. John Means left on the ALDS, off the ALDS roster for you, buddy. Come on. It's more on, I guess, the front office of the Orioles than it is really Jack Flaherty, but he is really shied away from the moment. 6+ ERA, just not a difference maker that I thought he might be.
No, you don't want to see him come in a game where your rookie struggled, you're down, and out comes Flaherty out of the bullpen, and these walking guys gonna runs. He's supposed to be
Not all him, but
a dude for. I mean, 27-year-old looked like he had ace potential a couple years ago for St. Louis. Doesn't look like that, and the Orioles were hoping they got frontline starter in Flaherty, and they don't. Big time shitty.
I wrote on my notes, Flaherty, you suck, not Verlander.
Definitely not Verlander.
There
Big
you
time
go.
shitty.
Those are the notes I take.
Nice. I like it. All right, I'll finish us off. I am also going with a pitcher. My shitty, Clayton Kershaw.
Ooh.
6 runs in the first inning. Doesn't even make it out of the first inning. Dodgers lose 11-2 in their first home playoff game of the year. The outing increased Clayton Kershaw's postseason ERA to 4.49.
Oh my God, really?
4.49 ERA and 194 and a third postseason innings.
Wow.
He has a career
That's
regular season
unexpected.
ERA of 2.48. It's been a thing for a while. When they won in 2020, he pitched well, so it was kind of pushed aside for a bit. But 2020, that was a bit of a Mickey Mouse World Series anyway. I don't know if we really want to give them the full credit there. Among the 31 pitchers throughout Major League history with more than 100 playoff innings, that is the highest ERA. So he's struggling. That's a bad start. That's consistent playoff struggles. Kind of similar to, you look at A-Rod. He did it in 2009. He got over the hump. But his playoff numbers overall were just not good. So you can have that 1 year and you can do it. But bottom line is, if you're on a team like the Dodgers who are in it or in the playoffs every season, he's struggled. And
Right.
Dodgers should be making a statement right now, and they're behind the 8 ball. Arizona's looking good. And
You lose Urias, though, so that sucks. But I was literally just talking today about how amazing it is that Clayton Kershaw gets 1 year deal after 1 year deal after 1 year deal after one. He's like the Kirk Cousins of the Dodgers. But I guess this is why, and I never realized it, is at the end of the year, flames out.
Yeah.
And, they're like, yeah, we'll bring you back. You're a 20-game winner, but you flamed out for us. We're not going to invest 5, 6, 7 years. And I think he had some elbow issues and whatnot. But, it's been like 5 years of 1 year deals for Clayton Kershaw. So I didn't realize that. That's kind of wild. That's kind of shitty.
It's quite shitty. Quite shitty indeed. Dodgers are going to need a win. If they can't go to Arizona down 0-2.
Anywho, dude, Diamondbacks can run. They're athletic, and this was not supposed to really be a Dodgers year, I don't think. So
no, but they're
going for Ohtani,
and they can win the World Series and still go for Ohtani.
I know.
They have, but they're facing the Diamondbacks ace game too, Zach Gallen, and he's a dude. That's a dude, no debate.
That's a dude. Put those glasses on. That's a dude.
Yeah, and you're starting
some Zach Gallen glasses.
Yeah, you're starting rookie Bobby Miller, number 1 pick in 2020. Had
Bobby Miller got
season, solid rookie season, but that's a tough assignment against a hot offense. So should be fun to watch. But
I believe in the Snakes.
Well, that's good, bad, shitty. Chris, you got anything to close us out?
Not really, man. I'm just super excited for playoff baseball. I am not prepared to lose, but super happy. And thank you to the Orioles organization for giving me this joy after
it's
terrible
fun to watch. Postseason baseball is a different animal.
I'll see you on Tuesday, right?
Who's Gary, the birthday boy, coming up. I'm excited. We're gonna watch an Orioles win. I will be betting heavy money on Baltimore for Chris Carey's birthday.
Haven't been swept all year. I'll just say that. Haven't been swept all year.
Not going to be swept.
Rangers came into the postseason more blown saves than actual saves. Orioles have not been swept all year.
That game
money goes on the Birds.
So many chances that game won. They should have got to Chapman in that inning. Chapman was ready to just.
He was scared. He was throwing slider after slider after slider. That's not a Aroldis Chapman.
No.
Money's on the Birds for Tuesday.
Yeah, we got it. Let's go. Let's go, Birds.
Let's go.
Go O's.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm flying.
I love it.
Let's go.
They'll still be alive. Hopefully, next episode, you'll be celebrating a series win.
Yep, or I'll just be straight up rooting for the Buckeyes.
Yeah. Hey, we still got the Manders. Come on. Manders need at least 7 wins.
Actually, with what the Cowboys just did, the division's wide open.
Division's wide open, baby. Let's go. Go Manders. All right, bud. Always a pleasure. Good Sunday. Hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon.